Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the official ARK Podcast, number 93. My name's Brad, and I'm here with the core team. Your host tonight, as always, our dedicated leader, Atlas. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Brad, and folks, welcome to another edition of the nightly ARK Podcast. Glad to have you all here. We appreciate your participation, questions. We're starting a little bit late tonight. We were having a Q&A before starting the recording. And look, it's been a fantastic day here at ARK. We've seen great growth in the past 24 hours in the system, more users, new folks coming in, hearing about ARK. What is different about ARK? What's so special? Folks are asking, why is the smart money at ARK? They're taking their time to do their due diligence, look through white paper, look through a lot of YouTube videos, the plethora of Medium articles available explaining so many of the features, why it's been built to be a fair and balanced system, why the guardrails are there to protect the protocol and make sure that everyone gets a win. These are tough times. Folks are understanding that they need to take the time to understand their investments and be careful, be mindful with their decisions. Dip your toe in the water, understand the system. Start with a small investment, and really learn how to manage their investment here at ARK at the most optimum level. So, really great day, a lot of growth. We also were participating and giving support to Brandon, the drip guide. He was talking about ARK. He's taken the time to really understand it. He's talking about it with his community. That is a great push for all the investors here. It's a reassurance that they made the right decision, that because they took the time and made the investment, they're seeing that other experts in the field are also enticed and interested and wanting an opportunity to have a very fair, stable, long-term, sustainable system created by a group of professionals with great backgrounds. The core team here is absolutely a group of rock stars, folks that are able to deliver great quality products. So we couldn't be happier. We thank everyone that's participating in the growth, that is out educating someone. If we, all of us take the initiative and teach someone else, we could do a great service for that person, for the protocol, and also for your own investment. We have some updates on our user interface. We have the vault page pulled up. We're going to let Mr. Brett Nordic come, the architect of the Matrix, come and explain to us what he did with the team, what they've been working on, and also some updates regarding our PWA that's going to be coming out very, very soon. Go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, thanks, Alice. Hope everybody's doing great today. We pushed an update to the ARK Vault, which is coming from a bunch of requests that people had to be able to automatically deposit available rewards from the vault page over into either the foundation, so basically go to auto bond, or to redeposit those back into the vault. And so we set that up as a convenience feature, and now you can do it in one step. You just have to click on the little settings button that's to the right of available rewards, and up will pop these toggles, and then you can select either auto bond or auto redeposit, and then that will show up as you move your withdrawal slider back on the vault page, and be able to take those whatever percentage that you're planning to withdraw will go straight either into the foundation or into the vault. So kind of a one-step feature. You still have the same taxes, but it eliminates those extra movements, especially if you have a couple different wallets and you want to perform the same action for every wallet. You can hit the remember settings toggle that was also in that settings box that popped up. And then every wallet that you come back to will carry over whether you selected auto bond or auto redeposit, when you switch wallets, it will perform the same action. So just keep that in mind. If you do click that remember settings button, it will keep that same allocation function set up for you. So whether it's going to bond or redeposit, it will carry that over from wallet to wallet. So that's a really cool feature, and I think that was requested back right in the beginning, but we were waiting to see how the mobile web app was kind of coming along and see how we could incorporate that feature into the mobile web app. We kind of figured out how to do it, I think, on this preliminary pass on the D app, and we're gonna add this to PWA now. But if you guys can give some feedback, if it's worked for you, and we've obviously tested it ourselves, but if you have any questions or ways that we could clarify things, words, text, if it doesn't make sense to you, please let us know in the tech support channel, or if you want to just drop it in the main TG, and we'll address any of those concerns or questions if something's confusing. We don't want to put something out there that people don't understand. So that's about it for that. Back on the PWA side, which is our mobile web app, progressive web app is what PWA stands for. That's coming along nicely. We were at about 85% last week was the last update we got from the developer, but he and I have been going back and forth on a few different of the screenshots and shares that he's been doing and kind of showing us the progression. So he's much further along this week. So we're hoping to go into the testing phase towards the end of this week, and then be able to start showing you guys, some screen capture, screenshots of what that's going to look like. And that's going to be the first version that's going to be basically our current D app in that mobile web app form. From there, we're going to start revealing what our ultimate intent is from a design standpoint. We have what's called a V40 design, which is sort of the forward look. And that's going to be 2, 3, 4 months down the road, depending on what else we integrate into that. But that'll be a complete rebrand and new layouts that are done just to take things to the next level. So that's sort of the roadmap for the PWA. So we're first going to launch with the current D app, but in a different form, and then also in the web app formation. And Alice talked a little bit about how you're going to connect your wallet and do all those things. It's going to be a lot more seamless and easy using Trust Wallet, SafePal. And then we're going to move into the next phase, which will be integrating additional functionality products for on and off ramping and things like that. And then we're going to move into the final design, or at least what our forward design is going to look like. That'll be taking things to the next level. So that's kind of the roadmap for the PWA. And if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer those. Do you want to go through the ARK and the Discord contest we have going for memes? And we have a whole bunch of giveaways we're doing right now. Atlas, I don't know how much time we have.
Oh, we're great on time. Absolutely. Spread the word, my friend. Let them know.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of run through off the top of my head. I know we've got the ARK competition, so that's updating your Telegram name and your Discord name to include ARK. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, just kind of scroll through the attendees that are on this podcast in Telegram, and you'll see how they've updated their name. That enters you to win up to 300 BUSD, and there's going to be 5 winners that are randomly selected, and there'll be 1,500 BUSD total given away for that contest. We also have our Pillars Poker Night coming up. We mentioned, I think we talked a little bit about that last night, how that all functions. Basically, you buy NFTs, that goes into a pot, and then you have the opportunity to get selected to play at the table when the Pillars host their live event with multiple project leaders. James Pelton's going to be there. The EMP project leaders are going to be there. And then if you have a chance to sit at the table, you can either give that seat up to somebody else if you don't play poker, because I don't. And then they can sit in place for you and then win up to $10,000 in the purchase of the token for that project that they're representing. So pretty exciting, big pot, and should be a lot of fun. It's more of a fun kind of, cross-promotional event, and get to know other project leaders and kind of mix with the community. So that's what that's all about. then we have the meme contest. I'm not familiar. I think it's a 300 BUSD giveaway for the meme contest. Maybe Z or Brad. Yeah, maybe Z can update us on that a little bit later. And then we have an AMA coming up in 2 days, correct? Over on Discord with a fairly large group. Maybe you could talk a little bit more about that, because I just saw the banner, but I'm not super familiar with who those folks are. I just know it's a really large group, and it has some pretty big influencers in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, let's let Z tell the community what we're looking forward to on that AMA. He has a relationship with them, and also talk a little bit about the memes. He wants to show a couple of them too.
Okay, cool. I don't know if he's available right now. We can do that during his session if you'd like.
Let's see. All right, we'll do that. He's not answering right now, but thanks for the great update, Brett. And we'll go ahead and move it on over to the All Aboard.
All aboard!
Thank you very much, Atlas and Brett, for the updates. So we tonight we have Catalyst showcasing his most recent article. I saw earlier that there was a gentleman asking him about the legacy NFTs and stuff, and just so happens he's just finished a fresh article with updated analytics. We were talking about this the other day, guys, where the first time Catalyst wrote an article explaining the legacy NFTs, it just set the house on fire. People were literally dropping out of the podcast, running off to go and to purchase them, upgrade them. I myself upgraded my legacy NFT, and we saw a huge influx of the purchases of those, because it really put into perspective, how solid an investment they are. So he has written a new article with all the updates on there. So that is what we will be going over this evening. And then we have 2 other Medium articles from community members that will be posted in the main chat alongside Catalysts. And you will need to clap 50 times, comment and follow all 3 of those. Sorry, my phone's popping off. Let me just put that on silent. Yes, sir. You will have to clap 50 times, like, comment and follow. Sorry, clap 50 times, comment and follow all 3 of those articles. Send your screenshots over to Fortunate Enough, and then depending on the community, the community engagement we get this evening, we will be giving away either 50 or 100 BUSD live on the podcast. So make sure you do all those for all 3 and send Fortunate your screenshots. So without further ado, Catalyst, if you are ready, sir, step up, take the mic and show us your article.
Sure thing, Coach Brad. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Atlas, you will need to stop sharing your screen, sir. Thank you very much.
So let me pull up. The first thing I want to point out, you were mentioning the last time I wrote an article on the legacy NFTs that there was a mad dash to purchase. And that was back in December, mid-December. I just looked at the numbers. Can you guys see my screen?
We certainly can.
If you look here, these are the number of the total number of NFTs over the past 10 or 11 days. We had quite a jump, and I'm not going to take credit. I'm not going to say my article did this, but this is a pretty big jump compared to, if you look at this column here, this is, the percent change in the number of NFT sales. This is probably an easier column to look at. we were at 214 for a while. Then we went at one. One was sold this day. One was sold this day. Two were sold this day. 1, 2, 0. Then we had 3 sold yesterday, which was quite a jump. But we've had 6 sold today, which is probably a new record. I can't recall when we sold 6 NFTs in a day, other than way back at launch. So nice positive action there. Let me go to my article though. Okay, so here's the Medium article I wrote and published. I wrote this morning. I think it was published by noon. I'm going to switch modes here into edit because I think it's a little easier to read. Like Coach Brad said, we were talking about my original article from December on yesterday's pod, and Atlas brought it up, and I was thinking it was a little dated. We did post it in the chat yesterday, and as I was reviewing it, I was like, man, this article really needs to be updated. So anyway, that was the impetus for doing that, and I updated it today with the latest metrics, and it's out there for you to read. We've been in the NFT, I think the Arkfi Legacy NFTs launched back on December 11th. They had launched prior to the vault launching, so just a few more days. I said 50 plus days. I think it was like 55 days. Brett probably knows. Somebody probably knows. I say here, this is a follow-up article to that December 14th article. Back when I wrote this article, the vault hadn't even launched yet. So we were only getting returns from the sale of from minting NFTs. So everybody was waiting to see how the launch of the ARK Vault was going to impact the rewards pool, because as I mentioned earlier on the pod, the rewards pool gets 1.5% of all buy and sell transactions of ARK tokens. And so in the article, I explain why why the launch of the ARK Vault was so important, and it's just what I just said. We were all waiting for the 1.5%. For those of you that are new to the project and you don't know how the legacy NFT rewards pool gets funded, here's a flow chart that I took from the white paper. This is the rewards pool, and as Atlas mentioned earlier on the pod today, the rewards are paid out to NFT holders every 24 hours, and the rewards come from the rewards pool, and every day 2% of the rewards pool is paid out to anyone that holds a legacy NFT. The rewards pool is funded again by minting of NFTs. 20% goes into the rewards pool, and then also every time ARK tokens are bought or sold, 1.5% goes into that. That's right out of the wallpaper or the white paper. But the meaning of the article here was actually to just talk up, to update everybody on how the legacy NFT rewards are performing. I say here, like clockwork, NFT rewards are being dispersed to NFT holders every 24 hours. This disbursement occurs daily at 12 a.m. UTC. That was about 13 minutes ago. My tables in this article just show the last 10 days. I've been keeping records since the legacy NFTs launched. So I have spreadsheets going all the way back to inception, if anybody's curious. But just to keep the article brief, I only showed the last 10 days. And so you can see here, I'm not sure who the gentleman was earlier that I was speaking to on the pod, but he was asking about the returns and if they fluctuate. Well, I'll get to the returns in a second, but the returns are based off of the amount in the pool. So that's one factor that will impact your returns. And you can see here that the returns or the pool does fluctuate. I just took a look at the vault on the DAP, and I did notice that this number was a little bit higher even. And I think that was due to the fact that we had 6 NFTs minted, because 20% of those minting costs went into the legacy rewards pool. So this table isn't updated yet for today because I published this article this morning, but I'll be updating it. Again, 2% of the rewards pool gets dispersed. So this column here shows the 2%. Last night, we gave, or the rewards pool dispersed almost $1,000, and you can see it's been in the high $900 pretty consistently. And then this last column here shows the fluctuations in the amount being dispersed. So we had a nice bump yesterday because we had sold 3 NFTs, I think. But again, this is also coming from transactions too. Just anecdotally, in my experience from tracking this, it seems that this pool amount, as of right now, is more impacted, is more greatly impacted by the sale and minting of NFTs than buy and sell transactions. But I don't know that to be a fact because I have no idea how many buy and sell transactions we have on a daily basis. But anecdotally, when we mint more NFTs, I see a bump in the pool price. The pool amount, which then of course 2% of that also sees a bump. And as I mentioned earlier, the legacy NFT rewards have already given out or dispersed $55,000. That's now over $56,000 as of 16 minutes ago. So I mentioned that in the article. We're given about $1,000 a day is currently being dispersed to holders. The next section of the article discusses how much do individual legacy NFT holders receive. And I say here that the portion of the pool that each legacy NFT holder receives is determined by what tier NFT they hold, as well as the number of NFTs minted in each tier. The table below shows the maximum number of NFTs by tier that can ever be minted. Let me see if I can blow this up. Is that larger?
Yes, sir.
Can you see these numbers here?
Very clearly, yep.
Great. So there is a limit to NFTs. When they're gone, they're gone. So you can see here that the silver tier has a maximum supply of 3,000. There's a maximum supply of 500 gold NFTs, and there's only 100 platinum NFTs. This is the price to mint the tiers. $1,000 to mint a silver, $4,000 to mint a gold, and $10,000 to mint a platinum. This is the total value that would be generated if 100% of those NFTs were minted. So you can see that when 100% of all the tiers are minted, it will generate $6 million in value. This column here shows what's the percent total of the pool that 100% of these tiers, what portion of the pool they account for. The 3,000 silver NFTs account for half the pool. The 500 gold NFTs account for a third of the pool, and the 100 platinum NFTs account for 1/6 of the pool. This percent allocation divided by the maximum by the number of NFTs yields your individual share of the pool that you get allocated every 24 hours. So you can see here that if you owned a platinum NFT, you would get 0.16% of the pool every 24 hours. I've already covered this, and I've just covered this. That's the last column showing the individual shares. But this is showing the maximum supply of 100% of the NFTs had been minted. I say here, at the moment, only a fraction of the maximum supply of legacy NFTs have been minted. This table shows how many silver, gold, and platinum NFTs have been minted. As I just showed before I started the presentation, this number here is now up to 194, because someone or 6 individuals just minted 6 more silvers. This is a running total. So 225 is the total NFTs so far as of today. So yes, the point here is only a fraction of the maximum supply of each NFT tier has been minted. The percentages of that is 6.3% of the silver NFTs have been minted, 5% of the gold NFTs have been minted, and 12% of the platinum NFTs have been minted. Because the maximum supply have not yet been hit, that means that currently the individual share of the rewards pool payout is currently greater than that shown in the legacy tiered NFT tier table above. So these numbers you see over here in this column, this is what your share will ultimately get to when all of the NFTs are minted. But we're not at that point. Again, only a fraction have been minted. So let's look at what your current share is. This table is showing the current individual share of the pool that you would get every 24 hours if you owned a silver legacy NFT. So instead of it being 0.00167%, you would actually get 0.2. Sorry. Sorry, that's my cat.
Your cat barks? Cat?
I was making a joke. Yeah, so anyway, you can see here that the share is much higher than what we saw in this table, 0.0167%. Similarly, you're going to see that the shares for the gold and the platinum are also higher. So let's go to the gold tier legacy NFT. That's currently paying. You're currently getting 1% of the rewards pool every 24 hours if you hold a gold tier legacy NFT. And with the platinum, you're currently getting 2.4, let's just call it 2.5% of the rewards pool every 24 hours. And remember, as I showed above, the rewards pool is about $1,000 a night. So right now we're dispersing about $1,000. If you have a legacy platinum legacy NFT, you're getting 2.5% of that. That's $25. Well, actually, here it is right here on this column. Yeah, last night, platinum tier legacy NFT holders got $24.54. And that's happening every night. These are the last 10 days. So you can see that this adds up. This is the cumulative rewards that have already, if you were a platinum legacy NFT holder, you would have already collected $1,700 if you had purchased the platinum NFT at launch. That comes out to a daily return currently of 0.33%, in other words, 0.33%. The APR on that comes out to 119%. So, as I mentioned earlier in the pod this afternoon or this evening, these percentages are the same regardless of what tier you have. And that makes sense if you think about the cost. Your share of the reward pool when you hold a silver legacy NFT is 1/10 that of your share of the reward pool if you hold a platinum legacy NFT. But that makes sense because a silver NFT costs $1,000 to mint, whereas a platinum tier legacy NFT costs $10,000. So this costs $10,000 more. So you get 10 times the share. But that just means that everyone, regardless of what tier they buy, gets the same returns as everyone else. And then I've covered this, and pretty much everything that I just explained with this table is explained in this article. Again, currently, here are the returns that we're currently seeing, 0.33% daily. The returns are identical across all NFT tiers. And this is important. The returns will fluctuate over time depending on the number of legacy NFTs minted, as well as on the number of daily ARK token buy and sell transactions. But I also mentioned, if we go back up to the table that was at the top of the article, and I'll scroll up here to that table. This table here showing the legacy NFT rewards pool and how it fluctuates. Sometimes it goes down, sometimes it goes up. Yesterday we saw a 4% bump in it. This number here, 1.2%, is the average since inception. So you can see it's positive. So since the inception of the legacy NFT rewards pool, the pool has been growing on average 1.2% a day that it's been increasing. I will say this number could be a little skewed because in the beginning, this is an average. In the beginning days when NFTs were being minted, we were having, day after day of positive growth. So this number could be a little skewed. Perhaps taking the median here instead of the average might make more sense. But the good news is it's positive nonetheless. And I believe, then I end the article with answering the question, are legacy NFTs right for you? We've already showed that legacy NFTs provide holders with a consistent passive daily return. At the current rate of return, the cost of minting a legacy NFT would be recouped in less than a year, 304 days to be specific at the current returns. So you'll get your money back regardless of whether you buy a silver, gold, or platinum in less than a year. However, and this is important, in addition to receiving a share of the daily legacy NFT rewards pool, there are numerous other benefits exclusive to holders of legacy NFTs. These include the unlocking of syndicate reward levels. Minting legacy NFTs unlock additional syndicate reward levels. A silver legacy NFT unlocks 3 levels. A gold legacy NFT unlocks 9 levels. And a platinum legacy NFT unlocks all 15 levels of your syndicate reward levels, which is the maximum number of reward levels that can be unlocked. Number 2, legacy NFTs raises your wallet's compound withdrawal ratio. all ARK wallets start with a compound withdrawal ratio limit of 1.5. However, legacy NFTs raise the compounding limit and allow investors to speed up the growth of their principal balance in the ARK wallet. A silver legacy NFT raises the wallet's CWR limit from 1.5 to 2.1. A gold legacy NFT raises the wallet's CWR to 6. And a platinum legacy NFT raises the wallet's CWR to 13, which is the maximum CWR attainable. Number 3, third benefit, membership in the ARK DAO. Holders of legacy NFTs gain access to the ARK DAO, where members may vote on ecosystem changes, suggest new products, and introduce investment opportunities. And as Atlas mentioned, I think we weren't recording the pod yet. The DAO is going to get the alpha and get investment opportunities presented to them. So it's a really powerful thing to be a part of, to have a say in kind of the direction of the investments in the protocol. Members of the DAO vote on proposals, and the number of votes that each member has available is based on the tier. If you have a silver legacy NFT, you get 1 vote. If you have a gold legacy NFT, you get 4 votes, and a platinum legacy gives you 10 votes. Also, DAO members have exclusive access to a private Telegram channel, and this channel is going to give members front-of-line access to Arkfi updates, Arkfi events, proposals, and new developments. So, right there is worth the price of admission. Benefit number 4, NFT marketplace. In the future, legacy NFTs will be tradable on a native marketplace, allowing for legacy NFTs to be bought, sold, and auctioned. That will become very useful once you max out your wallet, and if you find yourself with a legacy NFT that you no longer need, you would be able to sell or auction it on this marketplace. And benefit number 5, I just call it pride of ownership. The legacy NFTs really represent Arkfi's ownership protocol. And so by becoming a legacy NFT holder, you are taking an ownership stake in the protocol. So I think that's important. So anyway, that's the article. In summary, legacy NFTs provide a fun and rewarding opportunity to not only earn a lucrative daily passive income stream, but also to increase one's returns in the ARK Vault, participate in the ARK DAO, and support the Arkfi protocol. That's it.
Oh man, I love that image with the printer.
Hey, one quick observation, Catalyst. One thing that I kind of track. I was looking at little things that went into the design of the NFT protocol and everything. And one of the things was, fairness in the DAO voting structure. And looks like we're maintaining that pretty well. Right now we have 12 platinums, which would be basically 120 votes, and I think we have like 192 or so silvers. I think you mentioned, I don't remember the exact number, but that would be 192 votes. So we still have great balance in the voting structure. It's not what people might, consider to be whale-centric, which is what we wanted to stay away from. That, people that could afford the highest level NFT get the most say in the DAO. So that's another little metric that I like to look at occasionally. And I did notice that the golds, I think, were 25 or so sold, which is about 5%, I believe, of the total supply. And the platinums are 12%, and then the silvers are about 6%.
6.3.
There you go. Yep. Cool. So it's all working to plan.
Yeah, and you did write that in the white paper that, even if 100% of all the NFTs are minted, the silver NFTs are going to collectively have a larger voting share. I should say the silver NFT holders will have a larger voting share than even the platinum NFT holders.
Yeah, they'll have about 50. They'll have 50% control.
Yes, it'll break down according to these numbers here on the silver will have 50% voting. I don't know what you call it, voting rights, but votes. And the silver will have silver will have a third, and the platinum will have 1/6. 16%.
Very cool. Yeah, if I was a new project starting out, I would look at this structure, this governance structure, really closely. It's playing out really well for us, and I think long term it's going to be a place that a lot of people are excited to be in.
Yeah, and I mean, for those listening, I mean, if you're not, I'm sure everyone here is tracking, but Brett's point is if you consider platinum NFT holders to be, let's call them whales for lack of a better term, the protocol is designed where the whales do not have the power. It's actually the silver NFTs, collectively would have 50% of the voting block. So you don't have to be concerned with the whales making, swaying the votes in their direction. All the silvers could get together and outvote them. Not that, I mean, who knows what kind of proposals will, legacy NFT holders will eventually vote on, but it's good to know that, again, Brett's point that it's very fair, and it's fair across all NFTs, regardless of, how much you have to invest. That's the point we're trying to make here. Does anyone have any questions?
I think you and Summer should team up and do a NFT Bible video. This is awesome. Such a great article. Thank you for deep diving on that, Catalyst. It just brings a lot more color, I think, to what we have in the white paper, which is just the information at face value, but putting it into action and seeing the investment and how it's performing is something we can't capture always through the UI, or else it will get crazy busy and difficult to monitor and have those metrics available. But I appreciate you spending all the time and putting this together, really deep diving into the mechanics of the NFTs. It's great. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, Brad. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Your white paper is one of the most easily read and easily understood white papers I've seen. I mean, it's comprehensive and it's technical and it covers everything, but it does it to a nice degree of detail. It's not too technical, but it's technical enough. But just because of the length of it, I think that's where people who write Medium articles can really bring little bits and pieces of the white paper and just kind of expound on it, piece by piece. My next article, or the article in my queue of articles, I'm going to be doing one on the foundation and the bond. But since I have some listeners here, if anyone has been tracking the return on the bond LP and they want to share their numbers, I could use that for my article. I unfortunately did not start tracking the actual performance of the bond LP, so I don't have that data available, but I do want to do a similar article as this on the bond LP.
Question for you.
What's that?
Question for you, Catalyst. On one of your sheets, and I've heard you mention it as well, for the legacy NF8. No, I can't talk. The legacy NFT staking. You mentioned something like a 0.33% return or interest. But then you also accurately showed how for example, the platinum the rewards were around $24, 24 something. Yeah, and that's actually what I've been seeing with the platinum. So if you consider $10,000 invested and a roughly $25 daily reward, isn't that 0.24 or 0.25% a day?
Yes, you are absolutely correct. So that can be explained. What these tables don't show is that there's been a couple instances where NFT bonus rewards have been paid on more than one time a day. Was there a Christmas bonus? Was that on Christmas that you guys paid rewards twice? I'm trying to recall.
Yes, sir.
And then recently, rewards got paid twice again, and I'm not sure if that was intentional or accidental, but I believe on the 21st of January, rewards got paid out twice, according to what I was tracking. So anyway, that explains why the return is higher, because there's been more than one. There's been a couple times where rewards were paid out more than once a day. Does that make sense?
Okay, so it's more of a cumulative performance to date, sort of a daily return number there.
That's absolutely correct. My spreadsheet takes the number of times that the reward. Well, yeah, I mean, it divides it by. Takes that cumulative rewards and divides it by the number of days to come up with the return.
Cool. That totally explains the discrepancy. Thank you.
Very astute. I'm not even sure I would have caught that, and I wrote the damn article. Very well done, sir.
Yeah, I mean, even at a 0.24% daily reward, it's still a no-brainer in my book. Absolutely, that rivals just about anything out there. So,
yeah, and then you add all those other benefits that those exclusive benefits. So you're gonna recoup the cost of your NFT in less than a year, and you're gonna be a member for life. Because I mean, once you max out a wallet, you could just can we transfer MFTs to another wallet, Brett?
Only when they've paid out the maximum of the 80,000 ARK tokens, but yes, you can.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you, Brad. Excellent question, Brandon. Anyone else have any questions?
I have a question, Catalyst.
Yes, Atlas.
If we were to sell out all of the NFTs, say the next 2-3 months, what would you guess would be the payout? Because the more that sell, the more higher and faster the rewards, right?
Well, yeah. So we know that we still, is this table showing up on the, yeah. Let me blow this up a little bit. We know that we sold 100% of the NFTs. It would generate $6 million. I'm sorry, they would have a value of $6 million. and we know that 20% of all NFT sales get put into the rewards pool. So 20% of 6 million is $1.2 million that would go into the NFT rewards pool. And we're not even, collectively, we haven't even minted, 10%.
So what would be the result per legacy NFT holder? I mean, I'm not asking you to do the math now, but in a general sense, an idea.
Well, 1.2 million.
I think it's about $24,000 a day would be the pool payout.
That is correct. 2% of 1.2 million is $24,000. That's a lot. That's a lot more than $996.
And what if ARK had something up their sleeve, and we're working on something very, very special that would cause a FOMO from here to India, Japan, Korea, South America on a global level, and those NFTs would just fly off the shelf? Sheesh.
You mean like something other than one of my articles?
One of your articles explaining what the ARK is cooking might do the trick. And one of Brandon's videos, we could really set ablaze, man.
Is this
wishful thinking?
Is this,
as they say?
Is this theoretical thing going to be shared in the DAO?
Oh yes, my friend. But we're still baking. We're still molding the clay, getting those contracts in order. But yeah, it could be quite interesting and possibly, not to throw any alpha out there, we might even go much bigger and allow even more to come and play in the legacy NFT realm. Sheesh.
Where's the bowl sound?
Subscription? The bowl. I think your cat could do it too. Let's go.
They say money can't buy happiness. Look at the fucking smile on my face.
Yes, sir. Sometimes you got to think a little out of the box. And, we didn't come here, folks, to do small things. I mean, Brett was pretty much semi-retired, living the nomad life, enjoying himself. Great clients, having revenue come in, invested in crypto. And to take on this responsibility, to take on this multi-year commitment for us, you better believe, my friend, we're not going to be doing this just to play in the sandbox with the little kids. Go big or go home, my friend. Bring real utility to the space. Flip the script. It starts with the contracts. It starts with the re-engineering of the whole ROI DApp game, but it's so much more than that. And that's about all we can say right now. And this one.
Yeah, let's get this crypto.
Baby.
Oh, god damn.
Oh yeah, let's get this crypto.
Thank you for the opportunity to present. It's always fun. Thank you.
Hey, man. Nobody does it better, brother. You really bring so much value and experience from everything you've done with Cryptozoa and your personal touch, your commitment to be here. You've really, adopted this community and this project and have spent so much time with us, setting the example for so many folks that have been inspired by your articles and your participation, your advice. And I think that's what it takes. I think that's what real leadership is, Catalyst. Being there and the experience, the background, the success that you guys have had, and you personally, bringing that here to ARK is really a wish come true for us. And it's no secret. We look around and we've seen the domino effect, the network effect of folks getting inspired. I mean, the all aboard session wouldn't even be possible if it wasn't for your example, because that's true leadership. Lead by example. You, sir, are amazing, and we're so grateful and we're so honored and we're so lucky to have you here, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much, Atlas.
Thank you. Yeah, we're seeing some stars really rise here, and having someone to mentor you and having someone to be able to see how and why they've had the success. And we're seeing them come eternal. 23,000 people that trip. I mean, the work ethic this man has. Taking his airdrops, sending them to folks that he understands are team workers. I mean, it's a formula. We all know if you want to be successful, model your day, your actions, your diet, the time you wake up, the books you read. If you have that mentor that can give you the plan, they can give you the structure, you have so much more of a chance to be successful than making all the mistakes all on your own. And to me, it's no surprise to see why he is so effective at what he does. So, great examples that we have here for anyone. I don't care how new you are to crypto. You could look at Callus, you could look at Eternal, you could look at so many of these folks. Look at Brandon, who's just come into our community. An example of leadership and transparency, goodwill, empathy towards others, and walking the talk. We could not wish for better leaders to carry us forward. And we need you guys to set that example, to be those role models, those mentors, those educators. All right, Coach Brad, I'll get off the soapbox. I'll let you get back to the all aboard.
All aboard!
Thank you, Atlas. Great stuff, Catalyst. And I said this to you in DMs, but I'm going to say it publicly. I love that you've changed your profile picture to ARK. Really shows the commitment. It's fantastic. And shout out to Brandon as well. He is a very smart man. He's making use of myself and sending his people over to the Telegram, and they are contacting me for one-on-one learning sessions. So that is really good to see that someone. Yes, sir. Really good to see that someone sees the opportunity there to have that work done for them. Although he's very capable to do it himself, I would rather he concentrates on making content and just sends people to me for the learning. It's excellent stuff, and thank you for the shout out in your video as well. We have the other articles are already, everything's posted in the chat, guys. So, go over there, like, clap, comment, follow, send your screenshots over, and you'll be entered in for a chance to win. The other Medium articles that are out are existing ones from community members. Just trying to get that algorithm pump for, everybody involved, everybody putting the work in, creating the content. And hopefully tomorrow we will have another special guest on the segment. But I have yet to confirm that, so I won't announce it. But that is everything for the All Aboard tonight, Atlas. And if we're ready to move on, we can move on.
All right, thank you. Great presentation, and we've got a nice participation here happening. We've got 33 folks on the live podcast. Let's check in with Mr. Fortunate and see how many folks have already participated.
behind, brother. Give me about 15 minutes, and I should be ready to go.
What are the numbers looking like so far?
So far, I only have 20 in, and I still got quite a bit of DM to go through.
Take your time, man. No rush. Let's see if Mr. Z is ready as we're buying some time before we do the Spark rewards as the upgrade that we did for the front end on the foundation is causing a little bit of an issue happening in our homepage. So the folks are working on it as we speak. So Z, if you can come and give us some DeFi education and tell us about the Discord AMA, tell us about the meme contest. Let's hang out because I know these folks, they're not going to go to sleep tonight without their Spark rewards. You already know the deal.
Absolutely. The first thing I want to announce, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a really, really big podcast tomorrow at the House of Obsidian. And if you look into our announcements, you will see that we have tweeted about it. And
Friday, right? Just to be clear.
Friday.
Because for most folks here, it's still Wednesday. So.
Oh my. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. Today's Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. And then Friday. Yeah. So Friday, this coming Friday, we have a big AMA with the House of Obsidians. And if you look into the tweet, the Discord link's there, and it will take you straight to their Discord page. And the podcast will take place on their Discord, and it will be at 5 p.m. UTC, and that's 12 p.m. Eastern time. So it'll be the 3rd of February. We're going to have Matt Hatter, their main host, sort of ask us. We're going to have Matthew, in fact, basically host it for us, and they have a big crowd. They have a crowd of 20,000 folks. I want the I Love ARK folks to be there. You know, whenever we do a podcast, we do it big. So when we join that podcast, I want to see a bunch of I Love ARK. So do join up, and all the links are there in the sort of Twitter page. And yeah, so that's the first update.
So you said 20,000 people?
Yes, sir.
20,000.
A big crowd.
Are you gonna wear the tuxedo? I mean, that's tuxedo worthy.
Yeah, I've rented my tuxedo for the day. Let's go. So, yeah. Yes, sir. It's gonna be a big crowd, and I was in their sort of Discord today, and they started to kind of give us some initial briefs about the upcoming podcast. Someone I think they were doing a podcast AMA today, and someone was asked by Matthews who are the Arkfi folks, and he says you'll see on Friday. So he gave us a good shout out. So if Matthew, if you're here, thank you for the shout out. And it's a really, really cool server. In fact, it's pretty educational. They do betterment stuff, and yeah, they hold one of the biggest crowds in DeFi. So we're looking forward to that. So do join their Discord. Do show interest in their announcements, and you'll be part of many things in the near future. These are folks that we're going to keep retracing towards for more podcasts and stuff. So yeah, so we have a big podcast coming this Friday. The other update is that we are running a competition, right? We're running a meme competition, and if you've seen the tweet before, I'll kind of repeat it here. So it says it's a special giveaway on Twitter. Put your meme making skills to use and make tons of memes on ARK and share them on Twitter. So the way you enter this is you create your meme and you post the meme with the hashtag ARKFI, ARKFI, and you tag us along the lines. And whilst you do that, you will be entered in the competition. And I'm going to just go through a few of these animated memes because they're hilarious. You have you got ARK on the moon, right? I like this one very much. And what else have we got? We have the spending $20 at the grocery store, spending $515 on reservations, right? That's the ARK thing. And yeah, so this is the meme competition. Do tag us on the way. And we have an update here. We will be able to do the Spark rewards tonight. So just bear with me.
Let's get this crypto.
Oh, god damn.
Oh, yeah, let's get this crypto.
Let's
So
go.
we're all ready to go on our end. So, just take a couple more minutes, show us some more of those crazy memes, and we'll get to the business, as they say.
Absolutely. And Pakiwu 100 through this next level. Put the volume down, but it's like you can see it. It's pretty awesome. These memes are getting super, super creative. There's a few more that I want to kind of show you. This one. Okay. So yeah, we've had some real creative memes coming. Some of them are pretty cool, like this one here. So yeah, guys, that's that. Do continue going on to the DeFi links part in our Discord. I am posting regular things. If you can see, we'll do talks soon enough. You're going to hear from us on the Twitter Spaces. We're going to do some educational content covering things like SEI network, things like SUI network, what's happening with Polygon on Ethereum, with OpenSea. Treasury Bill framework, Azuki. We're going to sort of update these things as we get through our Twitter Spaces. But that's it for me, guys. Thank you.
All right. Fortunate. Let's actually wait a little bit. Let's do Spark first. If you don't mind, thank you, sir. I know the folks are hungry. The village is hungry for Spark. So that gives you a little more time too. We're not in a big rush to do the spin the wheel with Fortune. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Magic.
All right, so let's get the second cold storage ready to fire away here. And let's get funky as we always do. Get pumped up, visualizing somebody here live on the podcast is going to be the winner. It's been a couple of days. I don't know if anybody has an exact date or remembers when was our last live winner. But let's see if it happens tonight. Either way, it's still a win. We understand that one lucky investor is going to be getting this amazing reward tonight. Bear with me a second, folks.
Let's get this crypto.
Let's get this crypto.
Oh, it's impossible for me not to fall in love with you, baby.
Let's get this crypto.
Who's got you play tonight, baby? Play tonight. It's got to be tonight. Yo, let's do it, baby girl. Gotta do it like that, yo. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you love me tonight. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you love me tonight. Tell me that you want me.
Let's get this crypto.
Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you love me tonight. No! Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you love me tonight. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Go ahead, baby. Tell me that you love me tonight.
All right, folks, we are ready. Are you guys ready?
Let's get it.
All right. A quick second. Let's give it a few more seconds. If not, we'll refresh the page. Hold on a quick second. And there we go, folks. Tonight's winner, their wallet ends in 3EC1. They've won 187.16 ARK. Congratulations. Part where it gets real quiet or folks are looking through their wallets, looking through the syndicate viewer. Maybe it's somebody in their syndicate. Above, below, where is the winner? Do we know who it is? Are they perhaps live here in the podcast tonight? I'm trolling you. I'm trolling you, Brian. Yeah, bro, sorry, Brandon. We've actually been using that for weeks because it gets so quiet. I'm like, hey, anybody have a question? It's like everybody's dead quiet because they're looking through their wallets. You know, some people have quite a few of them, or they're checking out through the syndicate viewer to see, you know, if maybe somebody on their syndicate won. And we've had that happen actually. when we've been here live, and the winner hasn't been here, but it's an investor that came through somebody that was here in the podcast, and then they've reached out to him and brought him in, and then everybody's just freaking out, going crazy. But while that's happening, we like this one. And I don't know what you did on your end, Brandon. Sorry, I don't know what keep calling you Brian. But it's improved quite a lot. I remember, I think the first time that you came in, it was very loud, the background noise. So I don't know if you use like some noise canceling or something, but it's been very, crisp and clear, even at night, or maybe you were inside instead of being out.
Where I am, I literally have sounds of crickets out the windows right here, literally, and frogs and whatnot. The occasional dog,
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was really nice. Man, the podcast you did today, the live was amazing, and the view was really spectacular. So, man, you're killing it. I mean, I'm becoming a fan. I'm gonna getting all fanboy on you, Brandon.
Well, thank you. I'm very passionate about it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes. So is there a way to search only like 4 or 5 characters using the syndicate viewer? It seems like you need the full address to search using the syndicate viewer.
Yes, you do need the full address, but generally what folks are doing, they're able to look at their syndicate, right? And that's why they get all, quiet. Because they're looking at the last 4 numbers and then going through their syndicate and seeing their directs and then seeing the extensions of those. So these folks are, doing some deep diving. How do you do it, Catalyst? Do you have a way to check if it's anyone from Cryptozoa?
Oh, I see. So what you do in the syndicate viewer, you put your address, and then either just display all the downlines, and then Control F, you look for the last 4 or 5 characters. That way you will be able to see, because it listed all of your syndicate member downlines.
Is that how you do it, Catalyst?
No, but I like that way. It shouldn't surprise you that I have a spreadsheet.
It doesn't.
I can search my spreadsheet.
Nice. See, yeah, you're doing it the right way. That's a really cool way to go ahead and save some time. I was assuming that everybody was going through the syndicate viewer, but yeah, you're always 10 steps ahead, my friend. Kudos to you. Beautiful. Do we have any questions or comments? Maybe it's your first night, or maybe you've been here forever and you want to ask us something. Everyone is welcome to participate. That's why we're here, to receive all the current investors, all the new investors, as we are right now going through that amazing growth spurt, as folks are taking the time to come here to ARK and see what's so special, what's different. Why is it so fair? Why is everybody poised to really get a fantastic win in really such dire and desperate times, as a lot of folks have had a really hard year in crypto overall, or in the real world, with a lot of folks losing their jobs. COVID was brutal, and we understand the great interest for folks to find that safe passage above the ARK, to keep them afloat, sailing calm, cool, and collected, and just keeping you away from that crypto abyss that we're all so concerned about. I mean, folks, through the years, we've seen them talk about the crypto winter, but this time, I mean, they're talking about the ice age in crypto. And we'd like to say that here at ARK, the whole of the ARK is an icebreaker. we're going to stay afloat here. We're going to stay full steam ahead, making sure to call on every port, flying the ARK logo on the flag. And it's really an international, I think, symbol. There's no secret why we named it the ARK, for folks to be able to come on board and join us and have an amazing opportunity to get those wins. So is there anybody that would want to ask a question or a comment? We'd love to hear from you. Okay. We'll continue. Mr. Fortunate. Are you ready, sir? Or you've got some last minute entries?
On the count of three?
Yes, sir. I thought you never asked, my friend. 3, 2, 1. All right, congratulations, Mariana, Julie. Let's get this crypto. And that's another new winner here, participating in the upvotes, in the community, really focusing in and uplifting and helping the algorithms really let folks know that ARK is here and what's so interesting, what's so special. So thank you for your participation. That's going to be a 50 BUSD, cash prize that we'll be giving out to this lucky winner. And thank everyone that participated that didn't win tonight. Keep doing it. Your chances increase, of course, the more times you come, and really help us to zero in and, as a community, show the power that we have when we focus and we promote within our community those folks that are creating this amazing contest. Also, thank you, our dear friend, great leader here at our Catalyst, for your presentation of that great Medium article. And he wins as well. He's taking home 100 BUSD, which we already know where that 100 BUSD is going to go. It's kind of unfair, but hey, that's what smart investors do. They know where to put those funds. But again, that's not a requirement. Maybe somebody wants to pay a bill or use those funds in the real life. It's your win. You are free to do as you wish and enjoy that win. So winning all around, and the participation is increasing. Just a couple of nights ago, we had over 50 participants in the contest, and that lucky winner won 100 BUSD. I mean, that's beautiful. So we're going to continue these great efforts. We're seeing the new Medium article writers, YouTubers within our community come out of the woodwork and really take a chance, get out of their comfort zone and do something fun, do something different that helps the project. It helps all of us here, and it also helps them to grow their syndicate. And that's one of the great opportunities about going out there and creating some content. And then you also win by having to do the research so that you can create the content to educate. So it makes you a better investor. It helps you to manage your investment here at a more adequate and more professional level. So as through our own education, our own ability to understand the system, to find the various opportunities to invest your funds, and how do you want to create your strategy, you inadvertently become educator. You become someone that's able to convey this to new folks, or even, your DGen friends that are, investing in other projects. Hey, check out ARK. This is what's happening here. Oh, wow. We've got ARK royalty in the house. Mr. Mark II, all the way from Australia. My friend, we haven't seen you around in a couple of days. I know you travel a lot. Shout out to you. Shout out to Dietz. I don't know if you're able to say hi. You're probably on the road. Great to see you, my friend. Yeah, he's probably not able to talk, but yeah, great supporter. He is one of our syndicate founders that invested in this team, invested in ARK, going back to February of last year. These folks really, earned their position, and were really the first believers, the first supporters, the first folks who understood the vision and level of professionalism, which we do things here, and having the patience to see us go through two different teams of developers and Solidity, React, Web3 front end. These folks that over-promised and under-delivered, and it was a really tough situation, very frustrating for us to really be able to get what we have today. But sometimes that's life. You got to kiss a couple of frogs, right, to find the prince or the princess, as they say. And we hold them in high regards, with a lot of respect, with a lot of love for their patience. I mean, we're talking these folks waited 10 months and never once fudded, nothing but love and appreciation and patience, support for the team as we really were able to recruit and find the right talent. So forever, our whole team and the whole project will always be indebted to these wonderful folks who were our founding investors, our founding members. With them, we have the likes of SK Crypto K, Root Kane from RCL. I mean, it's a list of 50 folks who stayed strong and supported us all along. So we don't really talk about that a lot, but seeing Mark come here and join us brought me back to those times, and the gratefulness and the gratitude that we really feel for having such excellent people come on board in the early stages, and be a catalyst to see what you guys are seeing now, and what the product that you're able to interact with, and it really gives us a lot of I think a lot of motivation to see these folks get close to their ROI, because they've been so patient and they've been so supportive. I mean, we feel that for everyone that's involved, but there's definitely an extra special, level of gratitude for the folks who really got in back then. So shout out to all of you guys. Thank you. All right. We'll go back to the questions and comments. Is there anybody else that would have something to add tonight or ask a question before we conclude tonight's podcast? All right. So, Coach Brad, you were saying earlier, I was multitasking here, but you were talking about that you were given someone to hold their hand and walk them through with the training wheels.
Yes, not. They're actually already in the system. They followed Brandon in through one of his videos, but they want to, take it upon themselves to get that depth and that full understanding of how everything works. So we are going to have a meeting tomorrow and just hold that person's hand and make sure they come away fully educated and fully understand every part of the investment.
Fantastic. And, in the spirit of that, which is so important, we might be able to even do a meeting with Brandon's admins, all of those folks over there, and maybe, have a session and have them come and ask away everything that they would need. So, just anything that would come up as, they start to grow their syndicate and really push. We'd want them to have as much education and understanding, there's a process, and this is, I think, really what I want to say to Brandon, there's a learning curve here at ARK, and we saw it internally with our own admins and our own, first investors. And to be honest, even myself, so busy putting the pieces and everything together. But once it's, going and working, I remember our first hurdle was really into the 14 days after launch, where some folks were following that 100% compounding claim, and they weren't thinking of the seconds. Every second counts. We had to do a lot of re-education, but I want you to understand that we understand it's a lot of information to absorb, to really process, and sometimes, it takes a little bit of time. We've had experts, come to ARK and read the white paper 3-4 times, enthralled and enjoying every moment of it, but they didn't grasp everything through the third, through the fourth read. It's like the more time they spent on it, they were seeing all of the angles, all of the strategies, and the why, which is so important. Why did it do it this way? Why are the, all, of the tokens into the vault? And, we've seen those wheels spinning. We've experienced it just talking to you, Brandon. So we're very empathetic, and we're understanding that this is not, sit down, let's have a hot dog here, and it's so easy and simple. I mean, that's what we're building. That's what our V40 mobile application is going to do for us. Also in integrating into the ARK you see today, products that are simplified, that folks are going to be able to come in and do investments without having at all to look if, they're putting 20% into, the foundation, 40% into the vault, and, creating a package investment where they don't have to even take the time to read the white paper or to learn. So we want to simplify it. That's, our end goal. And we've engineered it backwards, but you have to start here where we are with the experts, with the DeFi folks, the guys who can manage a MetaMask, in their sleep, and also have the operation security on the computer to make sure, that they're doing it correctly, they're using cold storages and so forth. But as we progress, we're going to simplify it. And, we've been humbled and so happy when we've seen what that V40 mobile application looks like. It is stunning. And, it's taken it to a level that I really aspired, because personally, my I would say opinion of the biggest hurdle would be to simplify ARK for everyone. Having the cliff notes or the dumbed down version, however we want to call it, but understanding that that's going to be the barrier to access the masses on a global scale. The simpler, the easier it is. So, we understand that challenge, and, being able to visually see the solutions right in front of us, give me a lot of pause and a lot of, let's say, calmness in understanding that we have the right team here that is able to cross that hurdle and able to convey this whole system in a manner that, a 10-year-old or an elderly person could really understand. And, many goals, many understandings of how far we want to go. And, we can even understand and foresee of getting into the system without even touching crypto. Imagine that. where you're using fiat in, fiat out. At the end of the day, folks just want to invest, and they want it as easy, as simple as possible. The better we're able to reach those milestones and have the back end create that user experience, the more successful we're going to be able to be. So yeah, that's what's happening, folks. And there's a lot of work going into creating that. But from here to there, we still have a ton of work to do. We have a lot of investors here in DeFi that we need to tap into, tune in to what's happening with them, whether it's fear, whether they're in depression, whether they feel beat up and they've lost hope and they're hiding in a cave. We want to go talk to them. I mean, Discord is another frontier of DeFi investors that wouldn't be caught dead in Telegram. And we are just starting to knock on that door. Very, very important. We need the growth to continue our development. We need the growth to ensure that smooth sailing and stability on a long-term basis, as we have those pieces that are being worked on to really bring in the masses. And it's not just hype, it's an actual tangible product combined with several products, several avenues of external revenue that are going to all tie into a much bigger picture, which is really, I think, going to impress quite a lot of folks, and it's going to get a lot of people interested in being a part of what we're doing. From a investor standpoint, I think from a community standpoint, and folks understanding that there aren't a lot of great options. Talking today about what's happening in Lebanon, 90% just got rugged from them. The value of their cash went from cash to trash. Like that. How are they feeling? I mean, it's tough. It's a tough situation. So the demand is there. The opportunity is there. The team to make it happen is here. We have a fantastic user base. Folks that are going to be essential in our growth, in being here to receive folks in many different languages, because that's another step, right? It's another hurdle, being able to communicate with your investors in their language. This is a global product. I know we have an amazing set of leaders in our Italian group, a fantastic gentleman that's handling he's from Spain, but he's handling the Spanish-speaking community here, all within this main Telegram. We also have that set up over in Discord. We've got Tony that's handling, Chinese language. We've got Udaman handling the Korean. We have a gentleman too that's doing Arabic. And again, it's a start. Ideally, through the growth, I think that we would have to get these folks on payroll and provide for them a comfortable position here to really be able to manage those communities on a full-time basis, 24/7, maybe even two or three folks. And, having also, for example, Zoom educational meetings. Not a lot of folks around the world use Telegram, but a lot of folks do use Zoom. And you can have 3, 4, 5, 800 people. And I foresee us doing in different languages, 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, 2, 3, 4 times per week, a presentation where folks can come and in their language get a professional grade presentation. We're talking PowerPoint, where we will walk them through what is ARK and, how do you benefit? What are the risks and how should you do this? And have that funnel, that portal where if you got in, you could just tell a bunch of friends, send them a WhatsApp or an email and tell them, hey, come Thursday, at this time, there's going to be a live Zoom presentation. And then just have them, tweet that and push that, just understanding to bring that volume and really take it to a level of professionalism. And I've seen this done. Okay, this is not like some brilliant genius idea that's coming from me. I've seen this done with a personal friend that launched he launched a layer 1 a couple months back, and they started having, like 20, 30, 32 people in these Zoom presentations. And within, 2-3 weeks, there were over 400-500 people showing up. Because people were, hey, this is, all I got to do is send the person there. They're going to get the education. They're going to, have their questions answered. And it's taken them to a whole, huge TVL. So I know this works, and we have those resources also. Again, we've said it before, see what someone's doing, it's having success, emulate it, copy it, integrate that into what you're doing. And at least you have a lot of the wasting of time and funds cut out. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of things that we do here, guys, that you haven't seen done anywhere, but it's all geared towards the growth. As we are developing products that are really going to really have that demand from a global user base. So step at a time, a day at a time. Looking forward to Friday, 12 p.m. EST, 5 p.m. UTC. Put on your tuxedos. For the ladies, put on your best dress. And let's go and do what I think is one of the things we do best, which is go and talk about ARK and let these folks know that we have passive income galore. So many different ways for folks to invest and be liquid, or go for the higher yield returns, or go big, legacy, be a partner to the system and to everything that's coming along. So, yeah, very, very excited, looking forward to that, as that's something that's been set in our internal roadmap. We need to go and just knock on all those doors of those amazing groups. I was on Discord before I ever was on Telegram. I know what's over there. I know that folks are looking for passive income. The DGen days of the 100x in 3 hours, my friend, those days are not here. Wake up, take a look in the mirror, be honest with yourself, be honest with your family, take the time and do the due diligence, and understand that Elon's memes are not going to save you. His shilling of a shitcoin is not going to work anymore. These are different times. You got to tighten up your game, and you got to have a reality check. And then you got to start taking the time to do the due diligence. Let's get this crypto.
Yeah, let's get this crypto, baby. Oh, god damn.
Oh, yeah, let's get this crypto.
So a lot of fun ahead. Does anybody else have a question or a comment? Got a lot of alpha going here tonight for you guys. All right, folks. Well, we want to thank every single one of you who came and participated here on the podcast tonight. Congratulations to the Spark winner. Thank you, Mr. Callis, for your presentation of that great Medium article. Never fails to deliver. The man is an analytical machine who understands ARK inside out and is really able to convey the great analytics At the end of the day, everybody here is an investor, and we're looking for the edge. We're looking to understand, what are we getting ourselves into? What is the best strategy? What is the best payout? How should I diversify into the different investments? Fantastic work, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for the folks that participated through promoting the articles and the contest that we had tonight. And congratulations to the winner, 50 BUSD for a couple minutes, of action to support these content creators that are so important to the growth of ARK. For everyone that's been listening to the podcast at a later time, thank you also for your participation here. We hope that you found the podcast entertaining as well as educational. And we'll be back tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. UTC. And we wish you all a great night. Thank you.